Hey IGN, this is Eric.
And I'm Jim.
And we're here to discuss Fast and Furious. So let's get right into it, Jim. What'd you think?
You know what? Overall, I kind of enjoyed it. It was dumb fun. It's meant for 15-year-old boys and 35-year-old men who still act like 15-year-old boys. So on that level, it was a pleasant diversion.
As someone who's seen all the films in the franchise, I really liked seeing Vin Diesel, Paul Walker, Michelle Rodriguez, Jordana Brewster all together again in the same film.
That's the big draw, I think.
What'd you think of the performances?
Well, you know what? Let's face it, neither of us, or pretty much anybody, is going there for Oscar-caliber performances. But I liked that Vin Diesel and Paul Walker basically have brought sort of a world weariness to their roles now. You know, it's almost 10 years since the first movie, and the repercussions of Paul Walker's actions in that movie play out throughout this whole film. That's kind of the point of the movie. So I think on that level, it was interesting to see these two guys back now, older, but kind of embittered about everything that happened the first time out.
I have to confess, I'm one of those guys that's not really going for the performances. I'm going for the car chases.
Right.
And this film in particular had several really cool ones. One that stands out in my head was a chase through a cavern in a mountainside, and it reminded me a lot of the assault on the Death Star in Return of the Jedi.
It really does. I mean, that's a great sequence. There's another great sequence, too, at the opening of the movie where Vin Diesel and Michelle Rodriguez are basically heisting a gas tanker on a windy mountainside road. There's your kind of standard issue street racing sequence in downtown LA that we've seen done to death in the past Fast and Furious films. But overall, yeah, I agree with you. The car chase stuff and the racing and everything in this movie is much more inventive, much more cool.
That's what gives me kind of hope for a part 5 and a part 6 if they do want to continue with the franchise, is this inventiveness. I think as long as they keep it up, give you the kind of CSI go inside the engine with the CG kind of look,
that's right,
it keeps it looking really cool. What do you think about potential films?
Well, you know what? I think they could do it, but for my money, you got to get Vin Diesel or Paul Walker back, preferably both of them. I liked Tokyo Drift, but I think what that movie proved, and a lot of fans seem to think this way as well, is that without Vin or Paul, it's not really Fast and Furious. And I think given all the stakes that are raised in this movie between those two characters and the way it ends, you really do want to see another installment with those guys in it.
All right, well, why don't you close us up here?
Gonna give it 3 stars out of 5. It's dumb fun, but you know, sometimes you just need that when you go to the movies.
Well, there you have it. For more Fast and Furious coverage, be sure to check out movies.ign.com.